Brightest blessings, everyone. Psychic medium Elizabeth Grove, the Paranormal Priestess. Welcome to the Paranormal Priestess YouTube channel. I hope that all of you are hanging in with all of these really crazy ascension symptoms. I know it's been intense. If you are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Elizabeth. I am a medium, divine channeler, remote spirit extractor, white witch, and divine alchemist, and I also happen to be a divine twin flame on the path of ascension. So today's messages are going to be from Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael wanted to step in and deliver powerful messages from the sword of truth to all of you about what's going on right now with the current energies. I know so many of you are going through a lot of struggle with this, and I feel that this is just a very important time to bring through such strong direct messages of truth about what's happening. So without further ado, I'm going to get into these messages. They were channeled by writing, by automatic writing. And I have to tell you, because I have to laugh about it now. I had originally typed these messages to deliver to you guys, as I usually do, and came to find out that I had a malfunction with my printer, and I had to handwrite all of these. Oh my gosh, whoa. But to be honest with you, I was so determined to get these messages out to you and to get them out when I'm doing this video. So let's get into these. And my ear just popped, so there's definitely an importance that's going on here. Feel free to comment and let me know if these messages really resonated with you. Feel free to share these messages if you know anyone who is going through a spiritual awakening, that's kind of confused, scared, nervous, not sure what to think about this. What are the greater meanings, behind this? Feel free to share this channel with others, and I think that would be really beautiful. Let's get into these messages from Archangel Michael. Dearly beloveds, the time is upon you all to understand the massive shift that is happening for the collective. The battle within coming to an end. Lifetimes of battle wounds, suffering, mistreatment, strict codes of conduct, persecution, and death. These lifetimes of separation have been the framework of the 3D, otherwise known as the 3D paradigm. Third dimensional paradigm. These memories, these emotions, these limitations of the 3D are now leaving you all very quickly, bringing in the timelines of future events that are based on higher frequencies and mission work that is in alignment with your soul. It is now time for you to gain back all soul parts that have been lost to you, all light returning now quickly, where you are reuniting and embodying higher light codes of remembrance and soul mission that will be translated when the time is right. So for some of you who don't recognize some of the light codes come in, if you hear any beeps or anything like that, there are other ways light codes can come in. They can come through symbols, but these light codes are coming in, and this information will be available to help us with our journeys. Okay, the light codes that are now being delivered contain information that will support your soul's power, the gifts and abilities that are to be used for the higher purpose in which they were intended. The light codes being received are causing symptoms of the head and eye areas where the pineal is located. The third eye energy center, or pineal, brings about information and reception by the way of how things are being perceived. You will not only be able to interpret that in which you see with your physical eyes, but you will also be able to do it with the higher mind and higher eyes that display a much higher and broader view. Many visuals will be that of a psychic or higher sensory view, which will contain much needed information to assist you on your soul's journey. So think clairvoyance in this case. But it's so much more than even just that. According to Archangel Michael, your eyes energetically are the gateways to your soul's power in so many ways, beloved. Beloveds, they have the abilities to interpret high consciousness information that can bring higher light to the rest of the energy centers. They are able to see in color and frequencies. This includes people who are able to perceive grids, whether grids in a room, grids around people, or any other life force. And these are waves that are brought through the neuro region, and the consciousness will be able to respond in a higher and broader way than ever before. This also means that the eyes will be able to deliver high frequencies in the form of light codes, delivering these to others as an activation of a higher nature. The memories of the 3D eyes carry many tragic and horrifying experiences through incarnations where these imprints have been clouded. These imprints have clouded or blocked out perception, reception, projection of a higher third eye. For many of you have witnessed great fearful scenarios and have walked incarnations afraid to see truth. And so illusions have been the eye's programming. Light language is meant to also open the area of the eyes and head so that you can align with the higher mind of perception. And this sight is grand indeed. And if anyone needs any assistance with that, I am available for light language to do that if you're guided. But yes, light language can do that, opening up that whole pineal area to bring in the higher perception. The dark forces have worked tirelessly in other lifetimes and dimensions to damage or block out this sight and to keep you in illusionary fear-based perception. This would mean many mechanisms and intricate unwiring of the neural network, even damage to the eye and head area so that perception is limited or impaired, and for some even completely dormant. Many of you in the collective will now be made aware of implanting and devising within these areas so that you can become liberated from all interference within these areas. With higher divine frequencies entering, these implants and devices are now available for release and destruction. All associated programming involved or any such energies to impede the removal or to continue the interference, they will also require this removal. Okay, so yes, implants and devices, this is something that many star seeds, unfortunately, we've experienced this type of interference. Many times there are programs that are associated with this, with these devices and these implants, and some of these programs are also installed to keep those devices in, keep those implants in, keep them from being removed as well. So all of that does need to be addressed. And Michael says we can assist with these removals and anything that may be hindering these removals, such as any kind of negational energy. We can scan and we can find anything that you possibly do not understand is present if they're hidden. So he speaks of hidden implants or hidden devices that are sometimes present within the energy fields or in the body or bodies. With your permission, we can remove and heal these areas with the light of Christ. It's now for the collective to see truth, to perceive truth, and to deliver truth. Information that comes through the third eye, pineal, is extremely relevant to the success of ascension. It is also important to mention that there are many of you who are experiencing great pain and discomfort within the center of your empowerment, so your solar plexus, which is your abdominal area. Beloveds, this is the great pain and discomfort within the center of your empowerment, and this is also your seat of your will, Michael says. And beloveds, there has been many traumatic intake of experiences that has long been hidden underneath. With the great light frequencies coming into these layers, much is being brought to the surface for discarding and healing, with the addition of the trauma soul parts being able to be returned to allow the soul to be fully intact again. The full intact soul is being called into mission now. The mission area completion requires a full embodiment of the soul anchored into the 5D earth grid or fifth dimensional earth grid. This is why you have come. Beloveds and all who are walking the path of ascension, the time has come to see again, to perceive again, to feel your power. So think of lifetimes where you've been disempowered in any way, you've experienced great trauma, great loss, persecution, all these different things. You're having your light being returned. All of these different imprints are being cleared, says Archangel Michael. And you're being activated and upgraded so that you can see again, to feel your power and to know that you have great value and great power that has not been known to you for so many lifetimes. The separation of your own soul, the separation between yourself and source, the separation between yourself and your divine counterpart does not exist. This is the illusionary perception the dark forces wish to keep intact. The illusions and programming of separation are to keep all beautiful divine souls in a controlled and limited reality that is based on giving your power away to those who are willing to take it and benefit in a lower dimensional way of ego. You have no one to answer to unless you are communicating with Source and those of higher light that are lovingly guiding you and respecting your evolutionary soul journey. Those who have made you believe that they have power over you can only do so with your belief in the illusion of separation. Okay, so it's now time for us to take our power back and to realize there is no separation. Truly not. And we have been hooked up to the matrix where there's been manipulation and control and fear and limitation and all of these things. And now it's time for us to be now it's time for us to be liberated. Excuse me, guys. It's been a lot. It's been a lot lately. This has been the way of history of many incarnations of Gaia. Forces that have made themselves and put themselves into positions that can control and remove any such remembrance of union with Source. Okay, those who put themselves in that ego power. This, beloveds, is now to be apparent on Gaia, so that others can remember truth and union with love and light. Despair not, beloveds, the victory is here. Do not be fooled by what is projected in order to remain in power. For these dark forces are operating in very tedious and cynical ways in order to be continuous in their efforts. However, they are unable to hide within the shadows any longer. For the light from our world shines on all deeds that are of separation. The light is creating change through its illuminating effects. Because of this, the great miraculous shift for so many is on Gaia. Because of this great miraculous shift, so many of you on Gaia are no longer living within the 3D illusionary reality. I hope you guys got that. Because I was going to say it again. The light is creating change through its illuminating effects. Because of this great miraculous shift, so many on Gaia are no longer living within the 3D illusionary reality. So many are awakening, becoming aware of what is truth versus illusion. Those who are awakened can understand that there has been great upheaval and great wrongdoing, great lies and great deceit. These are not to be ongoing or accepted, for we, dear beloveds, have been ready to assist in the great shift with all that we have been trained to do. Remember, you are not alone, beloveds. You are not deserted. You are not abandoned. For this is the greatest illusion ever brought to the earth by dark forces to convince you that you are unloved, uncared for, unimportant, and abandoned. Now, I just want to interject here, is that for many of you who I've been having reading sessions with, there's been a lot of very, very deep, very painful rejection and abandonment wounds, neglect wounds. It's been really, really hurting many of you. A lot of those emotions are coming up, and many of those emotions that have been trapped within the body coming up to the surface. And although it's painful, it's a good thing that this is now coming up to the surface, because with all this light coming in and releasing this, it's all the illusion, it's all the separation and illusion being cleared, which is a great thing. So if you are struggling with this, be kind to yourself, be gentle, know that you are not alone within these processes and that this will pass. This is for your growth. This is so that way you can take on more light, okay? My heart goes out to anyone who is going through quite a struggle at this time, because I know just how overwhelming this journey can be, but you're strong and you can do this. You're meant to do this. You've planned to do this. These programs that had been so greatly ingrained, okay, the abandonment, the illusionary patterns, so greatly ingrained in the 3D paradigm, are now releasing from you all, and it can feel, as Archangel Michael said, very upsetting and painful, even for the physical vessel, right? Many pains, like stomach pains and issues that are like cramps and lower back pain and things like that. That is all of that density coming out of those areas. But you're all being called into union where these fear-based concepts no longer exist. All is love and unified within the 5D paradigm. There is no loss, there is no victimization, there is no hopelessness, no abandonment, and certainly you all will be honored for the great worth and value that you have not understood. The truth rises. It rises within you. It rises upon Gaia, and unity is assured. Michael, I am. 1616, boom. I just want to timestamp that. I've seen 1616. Now 1616, I'll just tell you, has to do with, we have the 11 in there. That's the gateway. So anytime you're seeing 11, it's that you're having a breakthrough of consciousness. You're coming through something. So if you're having a hard time, if you're struggling with certain issues, certain memories coming up from the past, seeing the 11 is there as a hope for you that you are now making a breakthrough and coming through this to close the doors in the past. And the 6s have to do with ego, being trapped within the ego mind, illusions of ego. Okay, so with the 1616, it's making that gateway of having breakthroughs with any types of struggles that you're having with the ego mind. Okay, so keep that in mind. I hope that these messages really, I know it's hard to process these right away, and I do apologize if some of the reading of these were a little disjointed. It took a lot of work to write, copy and write this all down. But like I said, I'm really committed to the Ascension journey. I'm committed to helping all of you where I can. And I hope that maybe you'll go back to these and you'll revisit these. Thank you so much for listening. Okay, I appreciate each and every one of you. Remember, from the heart of the darkness is born the light. Brightest blessings, and I will see you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye.